is ANN News Brief.
I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The Kenyan government says it will participate in the coronavirus vaccine final clinical trials being developed by Oxford University and AstraZeneca. It will be the second African country to be involved in the trials. Already more than 1,000 participants have been enrolled in South Africa. Kenyan authorities say at least 400 healthcare workers will be a part of the trials that will be conducted in two coastal towns of Mombasa and Kilifi, earlier classified in April by the government as coronavirus hotspots. The trials will determine the vaccine's safety, ability to generate protection, and effectiveness. Preliminary results of the findings will be known in December. The AstraZeneca Oxford University vaccine candidate is among 9 other vaccine trials being tried in larger groups globally. Oxford University trials were suspended in the UK on Wednesday after a participant had a suspected adverse reaction in the UK. Mozambique military has denied Amnesty International's accusations of human rights violations over its fight against an Islamist insurgency in the gas-rich northern province of Cabo Delgado. Earlier this week, the rights group Amnesty International had alleged that Mozambican soldiers committed murder, torture, ill treatment of prisoners, possible extrajudicial executions, and the transport and discarding of a large number of corpses into apparent mass graves. Well, now, Mozambique's Defense Ministry spokesman Omar Saranga has accused Amnesty International of remaining silent to the barbarism that has plagued Cabo Delgado province since 2017. He also said Amnesty did not take into account the production of claims by insurgents to discredit the military. But Amnesty International says it relied on verified footage and photos from the region showing crimes against detainees. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
The West African peacekeeping force in Guinea-Bissau has ended its mission after 8 years in the country. The soldiers were deployed by regional bloc ECOWAS in 2012. The force, made up of some 1,000 soldiers, were mandated to protect heads of institutions and public buildings following a military coup against Prime Minister Carlos Gomez Jr. after a disputed presidential election. Authorities say Guinea-Bissau's armed forces will now take over to ensure order and stability in the country. Meanwhile, newly elected President Umaru Sissoco Embalo was confirmed on Monday by the country's Supreme Court following an appeal filed by his opponents 8 months ago. That is ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.